From an early age, Newton fought against white authority. He refused to submit to racism in school or in the streets. It was this stance that led Newton to a life of helping others, setting up free health clinics and feeding hungry kids. But eventually, the pressures of the times gave way to violence, and Newton found himself in and out of jail cells.
He terrorized people, led a violent life, was involved in drugs, was basically a gangster.
But at any rate, I'm not guilty of anything. Thank you.
Over the years, Newton was accused of 2 murders and stood trial 5 times. He served 2 years in prison after a shootout with police left an officer dead and Newton wounded.
This military-industrial complex is only interested in its own perpetuation and not interested in people.
The conviction was later overturned, but Newton's problems did not go away. For the rest of his life, trouble seemed to follow him.
I will not allow this reactionary establishment to break my will. And I think that once your will is broken, then not only have they received a victory, but they've wiped out your whole reason for living.
But some say the establishment did break Newton's will, and in the early 70s, he fled to Cuba for 3 years. When he returned, friends say he was a different man.
They destroyed him. The FBI and the law enforcement bodies destroyed him to a point where he became paranoid, and he was no longer the Huey that I ever knew.
The FBI, then led by J. Edgar Hoover, had waged a secret war on the Black Panthers. Hoover called the Panthers the most violence-prone of all the extremist groups, and he vowed to destroy them.
J. Edgar Hoover did everything to split the Black Panther Party.
And eventually, he succeeded. When the Black Panther Party was shattered, so too was Newton's will.
We didn't have any more fights, any more struggles to be at the helm of. He sorely missed the activity of the 60s.
At the age of 38, Newton earned a doctorate in philosophy. But friends say even then he could not find his niche. After overcoming alcohol and drug abuse, he found himself lost, struggling to find his place in the world.
Huey Newton wanted America to change very quickly. And I'm convinced that he became disillusioned at times and may have, in fact, made some very bad judgments.
A bad judgment, perhaps, that took him to this poor, drug-infested neighborhood early Tuesday morning, where he was gunned down, shot 3 times in the head.
Huey was assassinated. You know it, and I know it, and everybody here know it.
Whoever did it had planned it because it was done while he was in isolation, and it was done very efficiently.
While his death came as a shock to Newton's wife, it was something she knew one day would come.
It was something that I always kind of prepared myself for, the inevitability of that happening.
For the Week in Review, I'm Greg Lefebvre.